We're at the National Gallery.
Before exploring the National Gallery, we walked a little further down the road to Waterloo Place to see the new statue by the famous British artist Banksy. The statue mysteriously appeared overnight in April 2026. It stands among several historic monuments close to the statues of King Edward VII and Florence Nightingale. I thought it was an excellent sculpture, and judging by the size of the crowd, it seemed to be very popular. The National Gallery in London is one of the world's great art museums. Located on the north side of Trafalgar Square, it tells the story of European painting from about 1250 to 1900 through more than 2,300 pieces of art. The main entrance has a very grand mosaic floor. Admission to the permanent collection is free, and it is a great way to spend an enjoyable afternoon in London. I visited it on a Saturday, so the museum was quite busy. The galleries are large and spacious though. It never felt too crowded, even in the most popular areas. It definitely wasn't as packed as the Louvre, when you often have to wait for your turn at the front of the viewers. The gallery's main highlights are the collections of Italian Renaissance art, Dutch Golden Age painting, Flemish and Spanish masters, French Impressionism and British landscapes. Some of my favourite paintings were the Arnolfini portrait, one of the most detailed and intriguing oil paintings of the Northern Renaissance. The Ambassadors, famous for the distorted skull at the bottom that only makes sense when you view the painting from an angle. Whistlejacket, one of the most famous and striking animal portraits in art history. It is a masterpiece by the British artist George Stubbs. The use of a plain background was very unusual at the time. The Bathers at Asnières is a monumental work that helped shape modern art. Perhaps the gallery's most famous painting is one of the iconic Sunflower series painted by Vincent van Gogh. These paintings by Henri Rousseau were also among my favourites. The Water Lily Pond by Claude Monet was painted in 1899 and shows a Japanese bridge arching over a pond covered with water lilies. It was one of a much larger project of water lily paintings. The museum has many pieces from the famous Spanish painter and sculptor Pablo Picasso. The National Gallery was founded in 1824 when the British government purchased an art collection from John Julius Angerstein. The collection started with just 38 paintings, but quickly grew in size and moved to a building in Trafalgar Square in 1838. The paintings have been displayed here ever since, apart from a period during the Second World War when they were evacuated to a slate mine in Wales for safekeeping. Over 2 centuries, gifts and acquisitions have transformed it into one of the world's finest collections of Western European art. I like that many of the paintings show what life was like hundreds of years ago. At a time when they had no YouTube or even photographs, painting were the only way to get a glimpse of what life was like in different parts of the world. I could imagine what it must have been like to shop in a busy European market or visit a grand display of artwork. I really enjoyed my visit to the National Gallery. There's a lot to see, so I recommend using the map to plan your route. If not, you can easily end up walking around in circles as each room leads straight into another. There's a nice cafe too if you want to take a break. You shouldn't leave the National Gallery without checking out the shops. They stock a wide variety of gifts, so if you're looking for a present for your family or friends, then you're sure to find something nice. From postcards, bags and books to soaps, towels and scarves, there's something for everyone. I really like these small Van Gogh figures. As you walk towards the exit, there's a balcony you can visit to get a great view of Trafalgar Square and Nelson's Column. If you enjoy European art, this is an excellent gallery to visit. There's a lot to see though, so I recommend you plan to spend a few hours here so that you're not too rushed. If you like this video, please subscribe down below.